It all began quietly. George Clooney, known for his commanding on-screen presence and charm, began to experience sudden and severe health symptoms. Those closest to the star initially believed it was a passing illness, possibly stress-related due to his non-stop filming schedule and activism work. But everything took a dramatic turn when Clooney collapsed at home, prompting an emergency rush to the ICU. News of this sent a shockwave through Hollywood and among his millions of global fans. For a man who seemed almost larger than life, the vulnerability of a health crisis was both jarring and heartbreaking. In the days following George's hospitalization, the Clooney camp remained completely silent. Media outlets speculated about everything from possible heart complications to a rare infection, but there was no official word, until Amal Clooney broke the silence with a statement that instantly captured hearts and headlines across the globe. Known for her grace, intellect, and fierce advocacy for human rights, Amal is not one to speak publicly on private matters. But this time was different. Her husband, her partner, the father of her children, was fighting for his life. "I'm scared," Amal began in her statement, her voice trembling with raw emotion. "George is my world. Watching him in that hospital bed, fighting silently, has been the most painful experience of my life." Those few words, sincere and stripped of any media polish, melted millions of hearts and immediately went viral. It wasn't just the revelation that George Clooney was in critical condition, it was Amal's fear, vulnerability, and love that brought the world to tears. George and Amal Clooney's relationship has long been admired by the public. From their stunning wedding in Venice to their joint appearances at humanitarian events and red carpets, the two have represented not just Hollywood glamour, but genuine partnership and mutual respect. But Amal's statement exposed a side of their love story rarely seen by cameras, a side filled with anxiety, sleepless nights, and desperate hope. She continued in her statement, "Every hour feels like a lifetime. I talk to him even when he's asleep, and I hold his hand just to remind him I'm here. I believe in his strength, but I'm also terrified of the unknown. I know millions of people love him, but right now, I just need my husband to come back to me." The emotional weight of these words created an outpouring of sympathy and support from fans, celebrities, politicians, and everyday people who saw in Amal's pain the universal fear of losing someone you love. In the hours following Amal's statement, tributes and messages of love flooded the internet. From actors like Julia Roberts and Matt Damon to fellow activists and former co-stars, support poured in for the Clooney family. Twitter and Instagram were flooded with messages tagged #StayStrongGeorge and #WeLoveYouClooney. Amal's courage in speaking up didn't just raise awareness of George's condition, it galvanized an entire community to send positive energy and prayers toward his recovery. What's more, her honesty opened up a much-needed conversation about the hidden emotional toll that loved ones carry during medical crises. Her simple, raw phrase, "I'm scared," resonated so deeply because it reflected a truth everyone understands but rarely speaks. Even the strongest people can break down when someone they love is in danger. Reports from inside the hospital indicate that George's condition is being treated with the utmost care and urgency. While the exact nature of his illness remains under wraps, sources confirm that he is undergoing intensive monitoring and treatment. Amal reportedly remains at the hospital from dawn until well into the night, keeping constant watch over her husband. Hospital staff have described her as calm but visibly heartbroken, often seen whispering to George or reading him notes from their children, Ella and Alexander. Amal concluded her statement with a message that has since been shared millions of times online: "We always think we have time. But when life throws you into moments like this, you realize how precious every second truly is. I ask everyone to hug their loved ones tonight, say the things they've been putting off, and hold on to hope, because that's what I'm doing right now." These words have ignited a wave of compassion across continents. Thousands have posted videos, letters, and prayers for the Clooney family. People who never met George or Amal are finding connection through shared emotion and human empathy. At a time when the world often feels divided, the Clooney's ordeal has become a powerful reminder that love, fear, and hope are universal. There is cautious optimism in the air. Doctors remain tight-lipped, but close sources have hinted that George is showing small signs of response. Nothing is guaranteed, and the road to recovery will be long and difficult. But with Amal's unwavering support, a global community cheering him on, and his own internal strength, there is reason to hope. If this emotional story touched your heart, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. We'll continue following George Clooney's journey and share stories that remind us all of what truly matters in life. Stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for being part of a global community that believes in hope, healing, and humanity.